Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Maddie, and today we are going to talk about the 5 things I wish I knew before becoming pagan. Absolutely number 1 on the list is that there is so much research involved. There are many facets of paganism, different types of paganism, different ways to be a pagan, and not one of them is the only way. But within that, there is a lot of research that you can do per the path that you want. And maybe you don't know what that path is yet. So that also is where the research comes into play. As you figure out what's right for you, there becomes a lot of dedication involved. Something I hear all the time about paganism is that this is the religion of homework. There is so much to learn, and there's no one doctrine to tell you what that way is. You definitely have to find that out for yourself. There are many resources just on one topic. There are going to be various ways just to do one magical working, and there are going to be different conflicting sources. There are just so many options that really getting down to what am I seeing consistently? What keeps popping up? What seems to be, again, consistent through different sources, and that is where you start to accept something a little bit more as long as it feels right to you. So as you're just starting out, a lot of these sources and their references should kind of be taken for a grain of salt because there is so much to learn and the texts are numerous, the different types of things that you can do and things that you can research are incredibly overwhelming. That's actually my favorite part about paganism. I love the fact that you can never stop learning. I absolutely love learning and exploring new things. I definitely think it's a good idea if you're just starting out, or maybe something just hasn't quite hit the mark for you yet. It's good to explore and see what's out there. Good to see the different types of paganism, the different ways to incorporate into your daily practice. It's great to just as an open-minded person be receptive to different cultures and ways of expressing a faith. Because number 1, this is going to help you explore your own path. And number 2, this is going to help you be culturally sensitive to the different ways of worshiping that are different from your own. I definitely think that it's important to learn so that you can play and explore, because you also aren't going to know what feels right to you until you start to do those things. It's great to read and research and start to get that kind of information, but if you aren't doing the working and putting in the effort, you aren't going to know what truly works for you. The good thing about this being a religion of learning is it can also bring a sense of community in a way. It's becoming a lot more common for metaphysical shops to be offering different kinds of classes on divination techniques, crystal toolbox classes, wire wrapping classes, anything from the very basic to the slightly more advanced. And we definitely live in the age of technology, so there are plenty of online groups, and they are also starting to do online workshops. So there's plenty of resources if you're new to paganism. Because there is so much research involved in the many different facets of paganism, it's great to see from a different perspective. And this also helps to acknowledge and understand the boundaries that may be in place for different marginalized groups. As long as you proceed with caution and respect, that is what is the most important. The second thing I wish I knew about paganism is that everyone's path is different. What works for one person isn't going to work for the next, but that also means that if you do something that is different from someone else, it doesn't mean that you are wrong. And because everyone's path is different, it's important to know that you can also tweak a working or tweak a meditation method and really find what works best for you. Because you are changing it in a way that fits your needs, it has the higher potential of working out better for you because you have a stronger connection to it now. The third thing I wish I knew was just how empowering it is to be a pagan. It's not exactly something that is common, at least it wasn't when I started. It's definitely becoming more common now. And it's actually pretty exciting to see this modern revival of paganism. But when you're part of a religion that is so unique, and at least from the majority being of an Abrahamic faith, you gain a certain sense of independence and empowerment from doing something different. Because you are doing something that is personal to you and something that you believe in to your core, you recognize that you really don't have to stand with the crowd. And it really trains you to stand on your own 2 feet and gain a bit of personal confidence as well. Just having that sense of self-worth and knowing that you are aligned with your core values. This, however, is not for everyone. Because paganism can be a very eclectic path, there are a lot of pagans that don't wish to be in a sort of community. They usually don't like the sort of structure that is traditional with other forms of religion. But in general, it can sometimes be a little lonely being pagan. You might not know many people when you start out, and it can be hard to connect with people because people will always be going down their own path. So for this reason, it's not for everybody, but I definitely believe that it has helped me trust myself more. And because no one can really tell you what to think or how to practice or what to believe, it really helps you find yourself as well. The fourth thing I wish I knew before becoming pagan was how much patience it would require. There will always be times where you might not know what something means because you haven't heard of this concept before. There will be times that are frustrating and difficult, and maybe you not only don't have answers, but now you have more questions because the different sources you've looked at have very conflicting information. And the best thing to know is to just take that deep breath and relax. It is going to come to you. Paganism is a lifelong path, and because there is so much to know, so much to learn, the journey is a long one, and that's perfectly fine. It is not a race. It may take baby steps to get the research done that you want to do, but you will get there. And in the end, you're going to feel a lot more grounded and at peace than if you rushed headlong into something you didn't know about. Everyone is on their own path, so you don't have to know everything. And the intent behind what you do is the most important. You already have that. Lastly, I wish I knew that you don't have to buy things. What connects you to your spirituality is you, not something that you can buy. So although things may look fantastic, you may want that aesthetic, and maybe it does help you connect with your workings in some kind of way, it's not necessary. It's important to take your time to pick and choose what works best for you, because at the end of the day, your practice will evolve with you. But as long as you choose what works best for you and what feels right, knowing that there is no standard, no right or wrong way, you will be on the right path. Thankfully, part of being pagan is that you can go out and make the tools that you want to use. You don't have to be buying them. And you may be surprised at the kind of tools that you can find at the dollar store. There's no reason for financial stress. You don't have to go out and get this witchy pagan haul to stock up your altar and get tons of stacks of books, because libraries are also free, and you'll be surprised at the kind of materials available to you there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to paganism, I hope this helps you on your journey. And if you're a solo practitioner who hasn't been able to really get to know any other pagans, I do have a Patreon community that includes a pagan book club. I would love to hear down in the comments section, what do you guys wish that you knew before becoming pagan? And just a reminder, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That's all I have for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!